Hello, beautiful people. Happy Valentine's Day. We're going to talk a little bit about, I did a little bit of research about where Valentine's Day stems from. I had no clue about the history of it. And so we're going to read a little bit of what I researched. And then we're going to do a love spread. And I think what I'm going to share with you about like the true story about Valentine's is going to kind of validate for you how maybe you might be feeling this Valentine's Day. Because some of you guys are not feeling very romantic, where some of you guys are. I'm gonna channel a bunch of messages for you guys, but I'm gonna read a little bit first. Hey guys, on a little bit of the history. Shout out to Mama D, who sent me this beautiful cup. I got her package today. I'm going to show you guys her stuff that she sent me. But I want to get into it right away. Okay. We'll pray before we pull cards. Hey guys. And I want to know you guys' thoughts on what I'm reading. Some of you guys already know this story and the history about Valentine's Day, where others of you guys have no clue, like I had no clue. But we'll talk about it. So the first thing how I essentially came across this was I was trying to establish what other significant events happened on February 14th. It's because I felt like, we do these readings regularly now. Our Monday reading happened to fall on Valentine's Day. And I was just trying to pull for the energy. And sometimes I get it through my high priestess energy where I just download it. Otherwise, sometimes it's my Hierophant energy that'll pull it for me. So anyways, my Hierophant energy's digging. And then I came across this list. And the two first major events are associated directly with the history of Valentine's Day. Okay? So in 27 AD, the beginning, the most accepted reason that Valentine's Day is a celebration of love and marriage is because it was marriage and love that got Saint Valentine's killed. The Roman Emperor Claudius II had commanded that soldiers should not marry in order to be free from distractions. Valentines, then a priest, secretly performed Christian marriage ceremonies for Roman soldiers in defiance of the edict, and when captured, suffered torture and was beheaded. Valentine's Day, so this is now fast forward to 496 AD, is the year that Pope Gelasius set aside February 14th in honor of Saint Valentine. And many were surprised to learn that one of Saint Valentine's miracles is the reason we share Valentine's Day cards. While Valentine was in prison awaiting his punishment, he grew fond of his jailer's blind daughter and is said to have healed her vision. Now, think blind, physically blind, but also think blind, third chakra, what he would have awoken her to, what he would have helped her to see, right? Before going to his execution, he penned her a note signed "From your Valentine." This simple act was the start of our tradition of sending Valentines. Okay, so now I looked up Saint Valentine. Okay, I'm not going to read all of it, just a little bit. Okay, so Valentine's died 3rd century Rome, feast day, February 14th. Name of one or two legendary Christian martyrs whose lives seem to be historically based. Although the Roman Catholic Church continues to recognize Saint Valentine as a saint of the church, he was removed from the general Roman calendar in 1969 because of the lack of reliable information about him. He is the patron of saint of lovers epileptics, which we talked about in the last mental health video, which I thought was crazy, and beekeepers. He was the patron of lovers, epileptics, and beekeepers. Somehow that resonates with some of you in a special way, okay? By some accounts, St. Valentine was a Roman priest and physician who suffered martyrdom during the prosecution of Christians by the Emperor Claudius II, Gothicus, about 207 AD. He was buried on the Via Flaminia, and Pope Julius I reportedly built a basilica over his grave. Other narratives identify him as the Bishop of Terni, Italy, who was martyred apparently also in Rome, and whose relics were later taken to Terni. It is possible these are different versions of the same original account and refer to only one person, which happens a lot. In my research of Mary Magdalene, a lot of research believes that the three accounts, the three Marys that live out in the Bible, are actually one person. But that's a whole other conversation. Anyways, according to legend, St. Valentine signed a letter from your Valentine to his jailer's daughter, whom he had befriended and healed from blindness. Another common legend states that he defied the emperor's order and secretly married couples to spare husbands from war. Valentine's Day as lovers' festivals dates back at least as far back as the 14th century. And then I wanted to read the definition of martyr, because martyr was something I never identified to really. I just thought like, I didn't identify. I was like, I ain't finna die for nothing. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, but then anyways, when I really read the meaning of martyr, I feel like at this stage of the game, we're all martyrs. We're all going to die with a certain level of clarity about what we believe in. Somehow that's going to be tethered into it. But anyways, let me just read it for you first. Martyr, one who voluntarily suffers death rather than deny their religion by words or deeds. Such action is afforded special institutionalized recognition, which I'm never a fan of institutionalized recognition. That's essentially us breaking out of the matrix where we're nothing unless we have this kind of recognition. But anyways, in most major religions of the world, the term may also refer to anyone who sacrifices their life or something of great value for the sake of principle. Key word is principle. That's why I believe we can all identify to the martyr energy at this level of the spiritual game, because of the principle that we're now able to ground into and that we understand, that we don't just believe in theory or say in theory, we actually live out. Our principles aren't just something we talk about, think about. We actually, at this point of the game, High Priestess, Hierophant energy come into union, and you live those principles out, that belief system out, right? So anyways, now that we have a little bit of the history about Valentine's Day, it kind of brings this darkness into it, right? It's very glamorized. It's very superficial. But if we actually tap in a little bit to that story, regardless of, I'm not trying to get into the politics of how true, because a lot of that my shadow was telling me wasn't true, but it's fine. It's the overall message that it brings. And no, I didn't get a new haircut. But anyways, I just looked up and I saw a new haircut. No, I didn't. Happy Valentine's Day. Happy Valentine's Day is really a day that honors true love, unconditional love, love that has no attachments. This man loved and supported this woman, knowing he was going to die and never be able to lay with her, be with her, reap anything from her. He loved selflessly. So let Valentine's Day be a reflection of that. It's not surface. It's not superficial. And that's where I kind of felt adverse to Valentine's Day. I felt the superficiality, and I felt, that I didn't have any real love on Valentine's Day. So at first, I just kind of shunned it, and I even felt a little triggered by it today. But now doing the research, it really is quite beautiful. So many of you guys, I feel like it kind of leads into the reading. I have a couple of decks. We're going to pull some cards, but I do feel like Some of you guys are collectively struggling with like the darker aspects of love. So it's like you're not accepting that love is the yin and the yang. Love requires all of you, accepts all of you, but that you will have to accept the light and the dark of somebody else too. Not throwing the baby out with the bathwater, meaning not throwing out opportunities for love and connectivity because the shadow has been expressed, has shown itself. The insecurities are being triggered, the trauma is being triggered, whatever the case is, you know? So I feel like Valentine's Day will actually have more meaning than it ever did because we're getting closer to the origin of where this started, which is this deep, selfless, unconditional love. This man stood on principle. This man was killed because of his principle. Why should people be denied the sacrament of marriage in order to be slaves of war? He was fighting against programming, patriarchal programming, right? Where the whole reason why it was illegal for them to marry was to not keep them distracted so that they would be war focused. Feeling that if these men had a woman that held their heart, that they wouldn't get the beast out of them that they needed for war, which is what I kind of gathered, right? So he was fighting the patriarchy. He died on behalf of his principles. So if we talk about Valentine's Day, let's also acknowledge the people who died for true love, who, even if they didn't die for it, made really big sacrifices for it, even when everybody else around them judged them, attacked them. These are powerful people. They're gangster people. You know what I mean? So shout out to Saint Valentine. I can fucks with that. I couldn't get behind the Matrix idea of Valentine's Day. It wasn't resonating with me. But that, I can fucks with that. Shout out to Valentine, Saint Valentine's, yo. Fuck the patriarchy. You know what I'm saying? He was fighting for divine loves, masculine and feminines, and the union of them since for how many centuries? That guy was a warrior of the twin flame journey, but we pay no homage to this energy, right? But anyways, we're going to move past that. What do you guys think of that? I try to emphasize, thank you, Kiona. I try to emphasize the history behind things. I feel like the divine's trying to get me to educate myself on the history behind things. I'm very much a high priestess. I'll channel things. I'll channel more. I'll channel less. But my Hierophant energy needed to become more active, which is the research, right? But anyways, let's get into prayer, pull some cards, and see what we've got. Mama D gifted me a deck. She really spoiled me, and she shipped it, and it was supposed to get here last week, and it ended up getting here on Valentine's Day, right? So no, it's not a gift from a romantic partner, but it's a gift from somebody who really loves me and cares about me. So that gift means something. You know what I mean? Than some superficial shit, right? So anyways, Mommy sent me this deck here. All right, those who are regulars on her channel, you guys have seen this deck. You guys use this deck a lot. This is new to this platform here, so I'm excited to use it. And she also sent me, so she, both the girls, just a little plug. You guys know you guys can get your frankincense and myrrh from queencup.ca, which will soon be smudgealot.com, but for now it's queencup.ca. You can get your burners, you can get your resins. We have different species, and we also have the essential oil bracelets. But Mom does this wickedest salt bath, the goddess bath. Do you see that? Those are roses. Like it's just divine. Okay, so I'm really obsessed about this. She also sent me her smudge sticks. So this is the only other thing I smudge other than my frankincense. I don't play. Oh, and I have a brethren who will send me some like really high grade, like indigenous sage. I'll burn that too. But look at her sage sticks. She wraps them with like roses and stuff like that. Anyways, I'm in love. Oh, and of course, the yoni steams. The yoni steams. Hey. I'm sure St. Valentine would have appreciated that. No, just joking. Ooh, and look at her new logo. Looks sick. Okay. So yeah, shout out to Mama D. Jazz has a product line too. But we'll shout her on a different day. We'll have the 3 of Cups on Friday at Jazz's house this week. All right. But let's get into prayer and get into the spread. Okay. Father God, Holy Spirit, ancestors, guardian angels, thank you for rising me up out of my bed this morning, and thank you for connecting me with the collective every day. Right now, please allow me to communicate clearly with the collective all the messages that are in our greatest good, surrounding our material abundance, sustenance, the relationships closest to us, our personal ascension and development, and any other messages that you deem worthy at this time. Thank you, Father God, Holy Spirit, ancestors, guardian angels, for everything you do for me and the collective on a regular, all the healing energy, the support, the love, the guidance, and the protection. We are nothing without it, and we are nothing without you. So glory be to the Most High forever and ever. Amen. Some of you guys had some plans. Many of you guys, especially if you're newly dating or in a relationship, some of you guys had plans. Some of you guys' plans went really well and you're in this little bubble. Where for others of you, the plans, your Valentine's Day plans went to shit. I feel like some of you guys had pressure or maybe put pressure on your partner around this day instead of really grounding into the true meaning of what this is. It's like the Matrix got you caught up. Matrix made you feel like you weren't loved because your partner didn't do something. I feel like, or it doesn't necessarily have to be superficial. Some of you guys, you and your partner, it was the actual unconditional love vibration that got triggered because essentially you guys ended up discussing something or getting into an argument that revealed certain issues, certain things. So you could have had plans to do something romantic and then you ended up like feeling like it was just like a giant therapy session, or it just turned into an argument, went to shit, and like the plans didn't even get to go forward. You were triggered essentially this Valentine's Day with you and your partner for some of you. But I want to just read the first meaning, the first card out. And I have to accept that it's in reverse. I was just about to say we're going to read the meaning of this card and then we'll break it down. And then I'll clarify with the oracle and we'll read it from there and then we'll wrap. Right? Organized. I felt organized. Some of you guys feel like unstable and it's because you need to get organized. There's a lot coming at you. It's almost like there's this giant ship coming at you and you logistically aren't prepared. It's like the 3 of Wands. Your ships are coming in, but you're not organized. You're all over the place. It's like you need to kind of get organized even if you don't know what it's for. There's this like flippantness, and I feel like it was necessary. You needed to break out into this like free-flowing energy, but you have to balance it with structure. Because a lot of you guys did feminine, whether male or female. You did a lot of healing energy this divine feminine season with your own feminine energy, which is that burst out of the seams, coloring outside of the lines, leaking outside of cup runneth over. Like there's no structure, but now it's coming into union and balance. And I feel like some of you guys need to pick up on like organization and structure. Your stress, the stress that you're experiencing and the anxiety that you're experiencing could simply be eased if you just created a little bit of structure. For some of you, it's routine. Some of you guys came out of your routine and you're not acknowledging that you crave it. Even if it doesn't need to be as structured, okay, and as regimented as it is before, you went from one end of the polarity to the other. That's just a quick message for some of you. Somebody wrote me into some like weird energy. Anyways, I'm back. The 2 of Cups in reverse on Valentine's Day. You guys are on the wrong channel. I'm just joking. Anyways, the 2 of Cups. I feel like I'm going to read this out of the book, but I want to break it down first because I don't know why it came out in reverse. Why is the 2 of Cups in reverse on Valentine's Day? For some of you, there's somebody here who it's like St. Valentine's is trying to channel to somebody to like see the inspiration. Like, I feel like somebody isn't standing up to the principle being this love connection, them believing in this connection, but there's something stopping someone from pursuing a connection or taking a connection to the next level. And I feel like it's some kind of pressure about who you should be with, what that should look like. Then we have the Seven of Cups in reverse. Somebody's no longer confused about a connection they no longer want to invest in. So you guys were afraid to address the facts that this connection isn't what you want. Face yourself with regards to how you got here. But this is somebody who's out of this energy. They're no longer confused of whether or not they should continue to give their cup to this person. The Two of Cups with the Seven of Cups equals the Nine of Cups, which is personal wish fulfillment, which somebody has identified is not a particular person. So some of you guys, this Valentine's Day actually marks the end of a karmic cycle romantically for you. That was a lot. That just fell on the floor. Like, it wasn't even a little mess. Like, they really dashed all over the fucking place. Like, I'll be honest with you guys, like, if I hadn't commit to the whole Three of Cups thing, I probably wouldn't be here today. I just wasn't feeling it. I was feeling kind of triggered myself, but whatever, you know. If you really love somebody, you show up regardless. So I really love you people, so I'm showing up. Like, Healing Out Loud Tarot. Hey, darling, can you guys please show support and go follow that sister, Healing Out Loud Tarot? I watched one of her readings the other day and it was fantastic. She's just starting out, I think. So just guys, show love and support to all my tarot readers in the building. Put your @ so we can all just link up like and watch each other's shit. Anyways, yeah, I just feel like some of you, this Valentine's Day marks the end of a karmic cycle. All the cards keep on coming out in reverse, regardless of how I hold them, which I find is, it's triggering me right now. I'm feeling triggered. Like, I don't even want to do this reading anymore. Like, and all the cards are now coming in reverse. I know. We have some water. We have some water. Shout out to So It Shall Be Tarot. Hey, Jalissa. Hey, Laquita. Hey, Jessica Bully. Thank you. Oh, thanks, guys. Thank you. You know how I feel about Beyonce, but she came out with the good velour and the Adidas fucking Ivy Park one. I had to have it. Like, I had to have it. It's the Matrix. It's the Matrix coming at me, trying to seduce me with the good velour. I'm an old bitch, so I appreciate a good velour tracksuit. All right. Thank you, 1981 Intuitive Tarot. Hey, David. Hey, Trevor. Shout out to the masculines in the Bumba Club. Wagwan, dear. I'm doing the best I can. Aren't I always, blood? What's going on, guys? Anyways, everything's in reverse. The Two of Cups, the Seven of Cups, the Hermit's in reverse. Even the Four of Cups is in reverse, which is actually good. Okay, so these two cards we do want in reverse. All right. But the reason why I didn't think this was good in reverse, because in Eugene Vininsky's explanation of this card is the card for like new relationships, courting, like that awkwardness and new sexual encounters, the intimacy, the rose-colored glasses phase, pillow talking, fucking things like that. And it's in reverse. So some of you guys are you're here because you're hoping that I like don't come to you, hey, Cosmic Comet Tarot, with all like the lovey-dovey shit. So you guys laughed when the Two of Cups came in reverse because you're like, that's for me. Because your guys are not, you guys, some of you guys are really not feeling open to love and romance at this time. So you could feel really triggered by either a partner's expectation that you engage in it. You could be really stressed at work or with other things, and your partner like bothering you about Valentine's Day is really pissing you the fuck off. Where for others of you, it's just like, if you're single, this isn't like single and like I'm ready to like, you know, manifest my new partner and see what's on the scene. This is like single and like emo. Like, I don't give a fuck about love. You know? But you do. You do. I know you do. Let's see what else. Yeah, 5 of Pentacles. This is how you guys are feeling on Valentine's Day. You're feeling, the 5 of Pentacles can speak of like this poverty consciousness, this feeling of lack. Some of you guys feel you feel lack in the love and romance department. So Valentine's Day could feel really triggering to you because it's just a reminder of what you feel you don't have. But Jazz did a reading on her channel, and the last one she did, and it really spoke about you guys should just check it out. You guys should really check out that reading she did. I forget what I was going to say. I feel very distracted. I don't remember what I was going to say. Hey, from Paris. Is it the same person? Or is there just a bunch of people from Paris in the building? Yeah, I lost track of what I was saying. I'm digressing. Let me just carry on here. Yeah. So this here is actually associated with like a mindset. This feeling left out in the cold, this lacking in romance and love. It's a reflection of the lack of gratitude you have for the love that is already there, even if it's not romantic. That's what Jazz was talking about. Some of you guys don't acknowledge the love you have because it's not romantic. And guys, I understand how painful it could be, or you know, how much you could want that romantic love. But if you can't acknowledge the love that is present, you can't compound that. So many of you guys are not manifesting romantic love because of a lack of gratitude. So you're going to the universe saying, I don't have, I'm lacking. And we already know the universe doesn't give to us when we think that way. The universe gives to us when we reflect the abundance. I already have love. I'm so loved. I'm so adored. I'm so appreciated. And then you manifest more people who already feel that way about you. Do you get what I'm saying? This could be a real paradigm shift for you. That's what I mean about this whole Valentine's Day. What does it mean? For some of you, it means nothing because you don't have romantic partnership. I'm pretty sure that St. Valentine's in his little fucking jail cell, like preparing to die, he was being beheaded. He was about to be executed. That's the least romantic situation. Okay, he died to stand on the principle because he's marrying people, you know, because of some weird ass law and shit. Like, you know what I mean? There was no romance associated with Valentine's Day from its origin, is the point I'm trying to make. It had to do with love, unconditional love of self, standing on your principles and willing to die for them, and others, worrying about writing fucking notes minutes before your head's about to be cut off. Get what I mean? Because then it made me feel differently about Valentine's Day, that's for sure. Felt like something I could be a part of, whether I'm in a romantic connection or not, right? Made me feel appreciative of all the love that's around me. Shout out to all the people who are like, well, then why didn't you fucking text me today or call me? And I'm like, no, I don't celebrate these pagan holidays. Anyways, we're chilling right now. The Hermit in reverse. This is you guys coming out of hermit mode. Ooh, some of you guys are coming out of hermit mode to end a relationship. So you withdrew your energy before you actually ended the relationship. Now you're coming out of hermit mode to end this for good. So it was like a delay. Somebody really had to go within and take time to be sure about what they were going to do. And again, the Two of Cups is in reverse. This is surrounding the dissolving of a relationship, a toxic partnership, two people who can't get on the same page. Some of you guys could have been holding certain things back and you can't hold them back anymore towards your partner. This could even be a friend. But let's see what else though. What is this? We're almost going into Pisces season. Pisces season is technically the last month of our year, right? So a lot of the messages that readers, if you are in union with the ecosystem, even to a certain degree, any of the messages that you were getting and looking at the end of the year, like I know on this platform in December, I was talking a lot about, you know, coming up to the new year energy, you know, the last little bit of the last year. That's actually happening in Pisces season. Like we're not at our new year yet. Our new year is spring because we're in union with the ecosystem. Our new year is when all the plants' new years are. I have plants inside that are sleeping right now. They look dead, but they're not. And then spring comes and that heat comes and that UV strengthens up. And now there's new life budding up. That's our new year. Okay, so we're going to do the whole new year spread thing. I don't know if I'll ever read for January New Year ever again. To be honest, that might have been the last January New Year's reading I did again because it's not the New Year's that I follow by, at least. Hey, Mama. Wagwan, Mama D. Hey, Raymond. Hey, Patrick. Hey, Sade. Hey, Natalie. That's my sister's name. Two of my sister's names were I read out today. I just realized that. Anyway, Jessica and Natalie. Let's see what else we have for the collective. Seven of Wands. Oh, whoa. I have to read this to you guys. Because in this, the Seven of Wands, the story is associated with the Hermit. This person is a hermit who's living on the wild by themselves and has to fight off predators and shit like that. Okay, when I first read the meaning of the Seven of Wands in this book, it touched me. Okay, so I want to read that. Let's do a bit of reading. You guys are chilling, right? Some of you guys have plans. Hi, Frankenstein. Hi, Yo-Yo. Okay. Yeah, there is a lot of blue in the cards, eh? You've seen that. You caught that royal blue, eh? Royal blue is actually associated with divine feminine energy, and cardinal red is associated with divine masculine energy. Just as an FYI, I thought it was the other way around. Okay, the Seven of Wands. Okay. All right. There was a man who lived as a hermit in a cave, far away from the ordinary people and the high and mighties. He fasted, purified his flesh, and lifted up his spirit through prayer. Often wild bears and lions came to his dwelling. They encroached on his meager food and humble shelter. The hermit had to defend himself with his bare hands or a simple club. The man was not young, but living alone amidst many dangers, he developed a strong body, a powerful spirit, and agility of mind. So he always managed to fend off predators. In life, seemingly weak people often defeat those who try to take away their little possessions by subduing evil with the strength of the spirit. You see, it's getting me again. Every time I read that, it gets me. because it's true. The meek are inheriting the earth collective. In life, seemingly weak, because seemingly weak is meek. Meek people seem weak. The seemingly weak people often defeat those who try to take away their little possessions by subduing evil with their strength of their spirit. The card combines the values of the Chariot card, number 7, numerology of the number 7, and the value of the wand suit, general meaning, confronting the Chariot number 7, multiple opponents, winnings in sporting events, afferent belief in victory, work, overcoming difficulties, things achieved at a certain price, open confrontation, unequal compensation, persistence, perseverance, maintaining one's position in spite of a conflict situation. That was what St. Valentine's did when he stood on his principle. He had the biggest confrontation. Like it was the patriarchy threatening to kill him. They did the exact same thing to Christ. This is you have to understand this was a pattern, right? Anybody who defied this got this publicly for everyone to see, to instill fear in other people, to not go up against, go fight for their principles, fight for their beliefs, go up against the illusions. This is why some of you feel hesitant to do it, right? Because you were probably killed in several lifetimes for doing it. Or you were watching martyrs like St. Valentine or Yeshua being murdered in front of our fucking face. The fuck? Some weirdo shit. That's some weirdo shit. But that was the patriarchy, right? And somebody wrote a quote. I forgot who said it. But it's only the victor's truth that's ever told, or something like that. Like you never really get the side of the story. You only hear the story of the side that won. Get what I mean? But anyway, overcoming difficulties, things achieved at a certain price, maintaining, training one's position in spite of a conflict situation, the desire to hold one's position in business or at work despite impeding clashes, great ambitions, money, struggle for profit, the difficult achievement of wealth, good luck and financial success through perseverance, persistence, and faith in one's abilities. We talked a lot last year about your talent, skills, and abilities collective. So if anything, let those be the principle that you stand behind. All right? Believing in yourself to the utmost, because believing in yourself is believing in God, especially when you believe in yourself from an authentic place and not a narcissistic, egotistical one. But anyway, persons and feelings, love and happiness in spite of other people's opinions, and clash and struggle of partners with the traditions of families, the opinions of friends, social attitudes, and victory over them. Advice: stand your ground, believe in your rightness, maintain an individual approach to the situation, strengthen your spirit, fight fearlessly for your interests, do not retreat before the pressure of circumstances and rivals. This clarifies the story of St. Valentine. This is the energy that I'm tapping into for this Valentine's Day collective. Thank you for the donations, guys. You guys spoil me. I appreciate you wholeheartedly. Truly. But yeah. Some of you guys are standing your ground to your partner. Some of you guys are standing your ground surrounding your partner, to family, friends, something like that. For some of you, you want to come out of a union with somebody, and your family could be making it about somebody else, being like, who is it you want to be with? And it's not about that. Your principle is you don't want to be in this particular union anymore. Somebody is challenging that. Somebody's challenging you and your decision to not want to be in a union. It could obviously be your partner, but I'm getting it. It's an external person. But anyways, I want to now read the Two of Cups. That should be interesting. Okay. The Two of Cups. It so happened that the hand and the heart of the lovers are closely intertwined, and their eyes look in different directions. They think about different things and see their path life differently. A nice young man once met a young, charming lady. The love feelings between them flared up. The beloved lady was beautiful, and the brave cavalier was handsome. But the gossip of her friends, the curiosity of her neighbors, and the many temptations and vicissitudes. What the fuck? This word here. That's wild to me. Sorry, guys. Of life interfered with the lovers, distracted their attention from each other. Again, this speaks of another distraction when it comes to the divine masculine and feminine coming into union in real life. The patriarchy has done it. And here it's coming again of this energy of a distraction. The patriarchy believed what love was a distraction, and now there's love, and everything else outside of it is the distraction. Like, it's distracting you guys from what really matters. Or this is the lesson. Remember, we talked about this Valentine's Day for many of you, or the upcoming portal is marking the end of a karmic cycle. And for some of you, it's letting distractions, the matrix, and everything external stop you from really giving your undivided attention or giving more availability to love. I feel like distractions pulled you away from love. And if it's not love of another person, it could be love of something you really care about. It could have been an entrepreneurial endeavor, and you're looking back now being like, if I didn't get distracted in this relationship, because some of you guys are married now with kids, and you're reflecting back before you were ever married or in this relationship, and you're noticing that you were distracted from certain things you were very passionate about and that you loved. And it was that passion and love that actually manifested your partner. So it wasn't meant to replace the passion and love you already have. It was just meant to reflect it in your life in a very unique, beautiful way. But there are other desires and passions that I kind of feel some of you guys, whether it was a relationship, whether it was school, career, right, that you got distracted from. For some of you, it's directly a connection. You let the opinions of other people keep you out of union with what you wanted or who you wanted. So that's where I feel like the Seven of Wands comes in, because that's collective saying, I might have done that then, but I sure as fucking doing that now. There's a change here. Okay, let's keep going. And remember, the Two of Cups came out in reverse, right? It sometimes happens. Happiness is a fragile flower. If it is not nurtured and protected very gently, it will wither quickly. There is a seed of loss in every love union. There is a seed of loss in every love union. General meaning: partnership, trust, romantic union, love, shared pleasure, sex, passion, able to turn against itself. Recessiveness, work, mutually beneficial cooperation, exchange of services, ideas, and opinions, trusting relationships with landlords, alliances based on social norms, not on maybe true love, but maybe on social norms, or maybe, I don't know. Anyways, personal relationships contrary to business partnerships, money, wealth actual is in accordance with business arrangements. Profits are limited to the scope of the partnership. According to this card, the real income will always be less than expected. So some of you guys, that occurred, that resonates with you with regards to finances. It was less than what you expected, but are you grateful for what you did get? Are you grateful for the growth that you did experience, the success you did experience? Because somehow you're being initiated to be grateful for where you're at in order to compound on that. That love, that appreciation, that recognition is what's needed to manifest more success, more opportunity. It's like there's this lack of gratitude energy that is in the collective. Anyway. Persons and feeling, fun, dancing, dating, passionate love, pregnancy, sex outside of marriage, sex outside, not in Canada. Love as a gift of fate. Oh, wow. Warm reciprocity, very strong feelings that can turn on themselves. Advice, enjoy communication, show mutual attention to partner, become the best mirror for other person. And then reversed, conclusions, because this is how the card came out. Conclusion, unsatisfactory cooperation, unloved businesses, money moved to the side, partners with completely different interests, dissatisfaction, distrust, the need to better understand the person with whom you have to interact. So for some of you, this dissatisfaction, this distrust, this difference in interest is actually associated with this lack of understanding. Don't judge me. Yeah, I'm pressing 1. What's going on, babe? I'm live on the internet right now. Can you just call me back in like 20 minutes? Okay, can you call me back tomorrow then? Okay. Happy pagan Valentine's Day. Okay, I have to go, okay? I love you. Thank you. All right. Okay, bye. What's going on, guys? Madre Milobrena Quiestas. Don't even know what that means. I probably shouldn't say it because I don't even know what that was. Orchids are looking beautiful. Thank you. You know, orchids represent Lilith. That smile's so symmetrical. I mourn so deeply for every love that escaped me and vice versa. I felt that, Jamie. No, that's not my man. It's my friend. We know what's going on. Okay, you guys need to stop. Just got an orchid today. Yeah, my north node is Lilith. Yeah, I didn't even know. I love orchids. They're my favorite, but it would make sense, right? They barely need water. They go through so much, and they're still like stunningly gorgeous. You would never know. Anyway. Yeah, I feel like this dissatisfaction, this distrust, and this difference in interests, for some of you, it's what you've observed. Remember, you went into hermit mode and you looked at this relationship, you were confused, you went within and you got clarity, right? Essentially about the the unsatisfactory cooperation. This means different things for some of you. For some of you, this was observed. For some of you, you feel this way because you didn't put in the energy to get to know somebody. You're feeling triggered and you're bailing out. And you're not being triggered but by something fundamentally wrong with somebody else. You're being triggered about your authenticity, how you really feel, how you really move, who you really are. And it's triggering you because there's no room to be fake. There's no room to hide. Some of you feel very, very triggered by a connection. Either way, though, some of you guys, though, this is a lot more thought out. Like you've took a lot of time to think this through and you're just coming out swinging. Like you're coming out, you're communicating like, I'm done with this. This doesn't work for me. Somebody could be like, well, I want to talk about it. But because the hermit went within, the hermit feels, some of you guys feel like somebody's trying to convince you to change your mind. And it's because this person doesn't understand how much time, their ego isn't allowing them to understand how much time you put into really like being done with them, like thinking it through. This was not a rash decision. Somebody doesn't understand that. So they're trying to convince you otherwise, collective. Okay. Or for some of you, it's you. some of you, it's you. Your denial of the state of the relationship is getting you to not accept your partner's lack of willingness to carry on the relationship, and why. Because it's like somebody explained it and this person is not getting it. Somebody's not understanding. Okay. Anyways, we're going to move on from that. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to wrap up. I know it was light. Like, I didn't have much for you guys other than like, who the fuck is the real Saint Valentine's? Like, who is this person? Like, do I want anything to do with this or no? I couldn't tell you. So I felt triggered about having to read today. And then I researched it and I'm like, oh, that's fierce. That's a fierce light worker, you know? And you guys are all fierce light workers. Single and emo, goddess, ladybug, don't kill me. Yeah, Laquita, you see Laquita? See this? I've been trying for a year and I just can't anymore. That's what I was tapping into. For some of you guys, you really thought it through. So it's going to be very hard to convince you to stay. Where for others of you, it's going to be easy to convince you. For some of you, you want to be convinced because you're afraid and you actually didn't take time to get to know this person. So you're just saying we don't have anything in common, or you're disinterested, or you're dissatisfied. But how can you be satisfied if you didn't really give the relationship a shot? Some of you guys are sabotaging because somebody's love is exercising your own demons. Meaning you swore you had healed these things, right? You're an ascended being, you healed this and that and the third. Then why is this person triggering your trust issues if you healed them? Or your insecurities if you're not insecure anymore? Or your codependency, since you're not codependent over anybody anymore? Why are they triggering all these things then? Because that's really what you're trying to run away from for some of you. It's not the person, it's what they're triggering in you that needs to be healed and ascended, which is what divine partners do, whether you stay with them for a couple of months or a couple of years or a lifetime. They're going to do that without having to traumatize you. They're just mirroring, they're just triggering. So be careful, because that could get confusing. It's the same energy, but we read it from different sides of the coin. Emperor, I guess we're going to stay for a second. The Emperor has something to say. Well, the Emperor has something to say. Well, damn. Let's see what the Emperor has to say. Death. Okay. Feel like the Emperor is reflecting on the version of him. Whether male or female, this masculine is looking at himself and saying death to the old me. He sees it remember, this masculine, whether male or female, lived this energy out and thought he was strong. But that's what the ego does. When the ego dies, you see what true strength is there, and you don't have no real strength rooted in ego. Your strength comes from self-worth, self-actualization, self-acceptance. And I just see you guys reflecting on a version of you that doesn't live anymore. Looking at how far you've come, how far you've transformed, looking at other people and seeing them. We did the mental health video, seeing them for the state they're truly in and accepting it. Because you could be looking at somebody else, or you could be looking at yourself, or very much both. But let's see more. Let's clarify this death and what this Emperor energy is looking at. Ooh, the Devil in reverse. I love that. Fucking love that. That means this is transmuting the karmic cycle. Somebody transformed in all the ways they were meant to. That their karmic cycle was meant to transform them. This means this karmic cycle wasn't in vain. This means you understand why even the darkest of dark experiences, all the codependency, why this was necessary. Because if this wasn't here, you would have never transformed. You would have never known your power. There would have been nothing to transmute. You transmuted a lot of this devil energy into divinity, and this divinity shows in your transformation of self. Congratulations. This definitely marks the end. But we talked about this. We were going to come to the end of a karmic cycle at the end of this year, but this year ends in March, not December, right? I want to see what else the Emperor is looking at. Ooh. Oh, see. Ooh. Look at the Emperor. The Emperor can't be fooled. The Emperor can't be tricked. It's the Queen of Wands in reverse with the Sun. This is somebody's karmic energy that has been fully exposed. This is somebody who pretended that they were divine, pretended they were honest, pretended they were authentic, and the Sun has now revealed that they are not. And that's what the fuck the Emperor's looking at. Somebody's fake ass. And then the Moon, what was hidden, what happens in the dark comes to the motherfucking light. And it's the Queen of Wands in reverse, and she's nasty. Whether male or female, this is a very narcissistic, superficial person who uses superficiality to control people, or try to, or thinks they're better than other people because of how they dress and how they look and how they're received by society physically and how they reflect the beauty industry and the acceptance of it. This is a superficial ass bitch or dude. But if this is how a man moves, he's a bitch too. But look what came to light. This energy tried it. They fucking tried it, yo. This is what the Emperor's telling me. They fucking tried it. They got me good, the Emperor says. You got me. You fucking got me. But it all has come to the light now. For some of you, this is internally. Full revealing of your own karmic energy. Because for some of you, this was a realization you came with in yourself. The part of you that was superficial, the part of you that was unauthentic. It's being revealed to you. Like, this is you looking at yourself being like, whoa, that's not a reflection of me. That's not how I truly am. It's like you're calling out yourself, which you can do that when you're accountable and ascended. Isn't that great? Instead of having everybody have to tell you about yourself and put you in your place. It sucks when I was unawakened, because I hate that. But I was unawakened, so like, it was too bad. Like, I still have to. Now I'm more accepting of it. But I like to be able to tell myself about me. I don't like when people have to tell me things about me that I have no fucking clue. Like, I don't like that. When people reflect and give me constructive criticism, I like to be able to think like, yeah, I know I got to work on that. Or, yeah, I figured that. You know what I mean? Like, the Two of Pentacles. Yeah, it's not good. This isn't, whoever this Queen of Wands is in reverse doesn't have a leg to stand on. This is somebody who's lost all credibility. This is somebody who can't use their looks the way they used to. Maybe they don't look the way they used to. This is a tower. This Queen of Wands is going through a tower, meaning the life that he or she built up in the superficial energy is completely tearing down. Everything authentically about this person that this person hid, the Moon, it was here. Now it's gone. But do you see what I'm saying? The lies. Has been revealed with the Sun. Okay. So that is gonna, but this is beautiful. This is what I mean about the truth sets everybody free. Because what does this Queen of Wands get to then do? Come into the upright and see how amazing he or she and how beautiful they are authentically. This is somebody who is going to experience a hard tower moment, but they willed it because it was too hard living up a facade. It was too hard convincing people or living up with the Joneses or maintaining this false sense of identity, essentially. I'm a bad bitch. I got all the latest shit and like scraping the money together to get it. and now going in debt. Now you barely have money to keep your rent on. So the last thing you're thinking about is the hottest Dolce & Gabbana. But do you see how the universe had to put you in a position for you to really focus on what you truly do want and care about? This is all surrounding this Queen of Wands in reverse. Oh, you guys don't want to hear about that on Valentine's Day? Oh, isn't that too bad? What do you think I was going to do? Get all like, you know, commercial for you guys on Valentine's Day? Absolutely not. I'm researching, trying to find like who the fuck is Saint Val? Like, who is this person? Oh, shop at Goodwill, my friends. I'm not going to speak on that. I knew people who worked at Goodwill. I'm crying. Hey, Raymond. Hey, Romita. Anza. I like that. Anza. Hey, Mama. Yes, please hit the like button. Aw, thanks, Spoon Spins. Hey, Nick. It's a bloody story. It's a bloody story, mate. Can't wait to go out to the UK. I could hear that accent from here. Valentine's Day hit different. This Valentine's Day, why, Daily? Why did it hit different? A lot of people feel that way, but why? Hi, Leanne. Hey, Tyrone. Bam, bam, bam. Wagwan, bruv. Okay. All right. So we got an oracle card. We're going to wrap with an oracle. Okay, guys, because I got to go and I'm hungry now. And I'm off the Valentine's Day festivities. I feel like the story actually made me a little bit more depressed than I was coming on here. I'm like, Jesus. They really glamorized that shit. It was so far from the nature of how this actually, it was pure trauma. This whole love fucking tradition came from pure fucking trauma, darkness, and fucking grit. When you guys want to try to talk about what love isn't and what love is. Okay, because Mr. Valentine, okay, loved the people he was marrying more than a lot of us love our own kin and our own partners. Every person he married, he knew was putting him closer to being executed and murdered. Right? Anyways, shout out to Valentine. Philosopher's Stone, powerful manifestation of wishes and goals. Congratulations. We're going to read this out of the book to wrap. Number 22. We have the 2222 portal coming up. Okay, February 22nd. This portal requires an offering. This is what I was channeled. Mama D is going to help me with this, but I'm going to do my first offering. I feel like I've done offerings subconsciously. You know, I go out into nature and I take my frankincense and I throw it in the grass and in the river and stuff. And I'm like, here, Mother Nature, it's frankincense from Africa. Like, you know, but like there's levels to it, right? So what I actually channeled was that during the portals, a lot of the rituals people do during the full moon are actually supposed to be done with the portals. So you can connect to how you're the portal and how it supports you in manifesting your wishes and your goals. Okay. So I'm going to try myself to take a different approach to these portals and really capitalize. I feel like I was just sitting there, like waiting, like watching the game. Like I wasn't in it because I didn't know what to do, but now I'm starting to pick up on it and I'm starting to see it. Right. And here it's literally the offering. See the offering here? Okay, but let's read this. Philosopher's Stone. Fucking hormones, man. I swear I showered like a few hours ago and I can already smell the hormones. Like it's a lot. It's because my period's coming. Anyway, Philosopher's Stone, powerful manifestation of wishes and goals. The symbol history. The concept of a philosopher's stone dates to 3000 BC as a form of spiritual alchemy. The pictogram is a 17th century alchemical symbol that encompasses a philosophy known as the Four Concepts. The outer circle represents the universe. The triangle symbolizes the trinity of body, mind, and spirit. The square represents the four elements of fire, water, air, earth, fire, water, and air. The inner circle represents male and female. The top of the square halves the symbols, with the upper half signifying the spiritual world, and the bottom half signifying the material world. In modern times, in modern times, the symbol has come to represent a balance between male and female energies and our place within the cosmos. Working with the symbol is said to increase wisdom, compassion, and enlightenment, which is really what I believe Aquarius season was trying to initiate and support us into doing, is exactly that. Aquarius season helped us to increase our wisdom, our compassion, and our alignment. Shout out to Aquarius season. That's why you're all the signs. Imagine you didn't get to jam with Aquarius season and Aries season because you're a fucking Scorpio. What? That's why you guys party at your birthday, because that's the only time you can really just enjoy and identify and feel like it's about you, right? But if you were a real narcissist like me, you'd be all the signs. Just joking. Anyways, divination. The philosopher's stone symbol can be employed for the powerful manifestation of wishes and goals by harnessing universal energy. This is another big picture symbol that can be used for your higher order goals by helping humankind. When working with this symbol, reach your mind upwards to connect with your higher self and ask for the optimum way to use the universal energy available to you. How can you best contribute to others? Imagine everyone you met connected with their guides and angels and living their best life. Everyone you meet connecting, yes, meaning surrounding yourself by other high vibrational people who are in union with the ecosystem. Surround yourself with like-minded people who uplift and inspire, and limit contact with those who drain your energy and seem to attract constant dramas. The fucking drama. Oh yeah, that triggered some of you. You know the people. But you're like, that's my fucking, I know, but you heard what the book said. You can only help people to the point that they want to be helped. On a soul level, they might be creating dramas as it is the only way they know how to learn. Ooh. Mama D, how is the book fucking throwing shade at people? I love when books throw shade at people. I just love that. Getting a little bit of the spicy energy of the author. I love that. Anyway, it's the only way they're going to learn. Thou shalt not hear, shall feel. Manifest your dreams. Concentrate on manifesting your best life here on earth and check in daily with your higher self. The cipher is a reminder that we can truly help others just by imagining them as a being of light. This will raise your spiritual vibration as well as theirs. Okay. All right, guys. Priestess Moon Siggles. Oh my God, I cannot wait to study this book. Thank you, Mama D. I love you. Anyways, I love you guys. What better way to spend Valentine's with the people who I truly love and love me unconditionally. Over the past 4 years, we've read the bottom of the bottom to the highest of vibration. We've done the work and we'll continue to do the work. But I'm just proud of us, guys. And I love you guys wholeheartedly. And shout out to Saint Valentine and dying for love and dying for the divine feminine and masculine and the union between the two of them. There was nothing on God's green earth that was going to stop that man from marrying those people. That touches me. That's gangster to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, anyways, I love you guys. And until the next time I see you, beautiful people, keep letting your inner angels live. Mwah. Ciao.